Thanksgiving, yet another pathetic holiday in the year-long repertoire of stupid holiday after stupid holiday that we have here in the United States. Sorry, I just think there's too goddamn many of them. But anyway, outside of that little bit of ranting, we're here to look at the pinnacle of Old Man Yells at Cloud, Kent Hovind. Okay, he's not really the pinnacle. That's the best I could come up with on the fly. I just finished eating, and I'm like, okay, let's go live. Been waiting all day. Food took longer to cook than normal. So we've got his Whacking Atheist from yesterday, but we're not going to do that now. Instead, we're going to hit Song of Solomon 2. The Church is the Bride of Christ. Hence the title of this video, Hovind's the Bride of Frankenstein, or something like that. I don't know. Let's see where this goes. Y'all ready? Of course you are.
Dinosaur Adventureland finally got some rain. Not muggy. Everything helps. It's been like 3 months since we got any rain around here. Thank you. It's November 25th, 2025. Come on down, pay us a visit. We're at Lenox, Alabama. We think the Bible is true and the evolution is the dumbest religion in the world. Prove me wrong, okay?
It's not a religion, Kent, so you're wrong.
Anyway, tonight we'll be in the Song of Solomon, chapter 2. The church is the bride of Christ. Talk about that in a minute. Run a bunch of channels. Facebook keeps going up, 205,000.
We'll get to that in a minute, because Jesus isn't important. Solomon isn't important. The bride of Christ isn't important. You know what is important? Kent Hovind and all the things going on at Dinosaur Adventureland, where, hey, we just got rain. You know, that's totally important to the sermon.
10,500. Sign up for all of them. X, our own app, KentHovind.tv, our Instagram, and our TikTok. We just want to get the gospel out to the world. Thank you, atheists, for taking our YouTube channel down 5 times.
It wasn't 5, Kent. Technically, each channel was 1 time. There's like 4 instances total. At max. Absolute max. Actually, I honestly think it was just 3 for anything you actively used. You are on your way to the 4th one, though, since this is, as you can tell from the interface, and I must stress every time, this is Hovind on YouTube. First party. Of course, I don't think Hovind's audience is smart enough to understand what first party and third party mean, but this is them intentionally putting stuff up. This isn't someone re-uploading or restreaming his stuff.
Everybody else, please keep spreading it on your YouTube channel. Take all my stuff, copy it over there. Okay, let's see. Get our stuff right here. Okay, here we are, the 25th. Coming up in 2 more days. Thanksgiving. Come join us. I think our...
No, I'd rather die than go down to that bumfuck Alabama, especially now. That would be one hell of a rush drive. And no, Tubian, haven't seen Frankenhole, the Bride of Frankenstein. Frankenstein. It's cool. There's a Lordy song, Nailed by the Hammer of Frankenstein, and they pronounce it more correctly. They do the Frankenstein in that. Even though they're a Finnish metal band, a rock band, it's pretty cool.
Cabins are full. But if you got a motorhome, want to stay in a local area, you can do that. Come on down. I'll sleep on the floor. We got plenty of room on the floor. Out in the woods, we got 140 acres.
You want to sleep on the floor? We got plenty of floor. You want to sleep in the woods? Who knows? A wild Chris Jones may be out there. You might be the lucky one to meet him. Or your kids.
Come on down. We have 4 off-grid campsites where all you get is a roof. If you can handle that, just at least be a roof. Come on down.
Oh no, Kent, can you handle that?
Yeah, join us for Christmas. Special days for Christmas coming up. Lots of people come here. Call us your family. If your family abandoned you,
only some of them get to go home alive. Even fewer get to go home at all.
Come on down. We'll take you in. Okay, if you want to help us to open for free, join.
And usual shilling here. I'm going to get to it before Hovind does, as he gives us the death stare. There's a thumbnail. It's like, y'all know the drill. All the fun YouTube things that send a few shekels my way, you can click them. If you're watching this after the fact, super thanks. If you're watching it live, super chats, all that jazz. Y'all know how this works. If you enjoy the video, hit a like. All that crap. I hate having to do that, but for some reason, the way human psychology is, if you remind people of this stuff in a desperate plea for some kind of interaction, it tends to work. We just forget to like things. At least most people, apparently.
Our 777 club. Say, Brother Hovind, I like what you're doing. I'm going to give $1 a day, $31 a month to support your ministry. We don't charge anything for our people come here. We feed 3,000 meals a month.
Laura says, it's Frankenstein! Does Kent shit in the woods? Technically, yes.
It ain't free for us, okay? But we want to get people to come here and hear the gospel. So go to Dr.
Why do I need to go there to hear the gospel? I can literally hear it anywhere. I pass by a megachurch every fucking day on the way to work.
Dino.com, call the secretary.
I can just go down to Bartlett, where literally every street corner along the main intersections has a goddamn church. There's literally a section where it's church, church, church. We're talking big ass church things too, like multiple acre complexes. You know, tens of acres. Church, 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 and then a house that I think probably belongs to somebody who runs a church.
Wi-Fi Big Dino extension 1 or 2, either one, okay? Help us open for free. Here we are. Song of Solomon, chapter 2. Psalm 76, enter. Okay. The Song of Solomon is often a dialogue between the king, Solomon, and his wife, his new bride, okay?
Oh, which one?
And so some people have done animations of this that are really good, okay?
And some of them have done animations that really suck.
The
Also, what's that, Kent? You like watching cartoons?
story is to teach the love of Christ for his bride, the church. These folks at Just In Bible Ministries, I don't know who they are, don't know where they are, what they believe, but what they did was excellent. Did a great job of dramatizing the entire book. I'll just show you a little bit of their chapter 2. It shows how you can tell who's talking in this dialogue here. Let me get this. F.
Oh boy, this is gonna suck.
Did I get it?
Click the goddamn button, Kent.
Oh, down here. Okay.
Just click on the screen, you fucking moron. Everything's a play button. Fucking Christ.
Song of Solomon, chapter 2.
I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys.
As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters.
So they change.
Wow, that fucking sucks. Super chat, $4.99 US shekels from Laura. Happy Thanksgiving. Thankful all of y'all. Here's mouse money just in case you still haven't gotten one yet. Nope. No rodential companions still. I don't even know, without trying to get a hold of a breeder, where I could get some at the moment. Because I would get them from Petco in Cordova, a few miles down from where I work. And Petco no longer exists. PetSmart, I work right down by one, but they don't have pet rats. So I don't know. I mean, I can go check. And nothing stops me from just going and getting a rat. Not a damn person's gonna stop me. Oh, but I got plants on where I normally put the cage, and I have to go get more stuff. But I'll add that to the rodent fund in all seriousness. If not the clicky type, it'll offset things. That's the thing. You know what I mean? If not the clicky mouse type, then most definitely the actual mouse. Actually, now that I just realized that there's mouse money is what you mean. Sorry, we were bringing up rats earlier in Discord, and I got thinking about missing pet rats. Oh, that's funny. That shows where my headspace is at. It's not computer accessories. I want a rodential companion. Again, a pair of them, because rats do good in groups. Thank you, Laura. Let's continue. Also, Kent, this is truly terrible.
Male and female, because this is actually what the Song of Solomon is written like a poem, or they're reading it to each other. And it's a type of Jesus and his bride, his church, the church, his bride, the bride of Christ.
Kent Hovind explaining basic elements of storytelling post the invention of motion pictures and synchronized audio, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Kent. You're almost up to the past century.
We'll get into that in a minute. Here they go. That was the man speaking there.
As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons.
Yeah, to me, and that does sound familiar now. I know I didn't watch it, but now I can remember it.
I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love.
The entire time I've had rats. I had cats. They were good. They knew when to back off from the cage, and I just had to be very vigilant on making sure the rats didn't sneak out.
Stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is prequel era Star Wars terrible. Mannequin Skywalker meets I don't know what jokes people had for Padme, but man, the motivations in episode 2 were just terrible. I really hate trying to watch that movie. Like I like a lot of it, but man, that acting sucked.
And his right hand doth embrace me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes, and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. The voice of my beloved, behold, he cometh leaping upon the mountains, skipping.
I mean, this woman has to be an abuse victim when you think about it. I'm not even trying to be funny there. This sounds like the kind of shit that someone who's just in, a you must worship this person or else kind of situation, proto DPRK coming on. Because it's like, dude, he's got like hundreds of women before you. What the fuck? Why is he so special to you? What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, if he's into that E&M shit and you're into it too, then okay, whatever. But I mean, let's clarify here that Kent will say that it's not good for a man to have a bunch of wives, but it was okay for Solomon to have it, all while promoting and supporting these texts which come from that uh, standardized institution for this portion of the story of the book. It's so weird to me.
Upon the hills.
Like, I'm sorry, I know this is a Godwin's Law thing, but the only analogy I can come up with is as if someone was like, "Oh yeah, our failed Austrian painter Dolphy Boy was pure evil, but you got to read this book because it has a lot of good stuff in it." It's like, what? And like the person's dead serious on both fronts. It just makes no sense to me.
My beloved is like a roe or a young hart. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice.
Would have done that. Just type in Song of Solomon, number 2, King James Version, and go to your choice. Some of them have videos that have this dramatization. It's really.
This is fucking terrible. It's just some text-to-speech voices reading this crap. With the text on it's nothing. It's a fucking audiobook, Kent. That's it. It's a fucking audiobook. A little slice by slice, little bit effort put in audiobook. Holy fuck. If you're impressed with this, I got a goddamn Atari console I need to show you to blow your fucking mind, man.
Excellent job. Whoever you are, thank you. Appreciate you doing that. Okay, Song of Solomon. There we go. I'm the rose of Sharon, the lily of the valleys. As the lily among the thorns, so is my love among the daughters. The rose.
Oh yes, and here you go. He has to read the same shit we already saw when he had to promote someone else's random stuff. I don't know anything about them, but they do good work with this one particular thing. Then the next thing is something completely against his own doctrine.
Sharon, the lily of the valley. Well, there's a rose of Sharon plant, okay, that you can still buy. Okay, the rose.
Wow, what a surprise, Kent. That might be because the plant was named after this element of the Bible. There's pretty much I give it a 50-50 chance. Where'd I come up with the odds? I don't know. I made them the fuck up. But there's this weird trend where a lot of stuff will be named after things in mythology that already exist and important cultural elements rather than the other way around. I could be mistaken. This could have been called something to that extent all the time, but also it wouldn't have been called that in English So yeah, the plant is most definitely named after this verse, this element in this verse.
The Rose of Sharon, popular thing on the internet. Okay.
Popular thing on the internet. Yeah, it looks very popular when it's your search query, Kent.
Here's this guy saying all four parts. Fabulous. Okay, I don't know who he is, but I found a friend in Jesus.
That's all it ever fucking is. This person did this thing I like. I have no idea who he is. I gotta stress that every time. I have no idea who it is. Like you can't tell context from the fact I just say this guy. They can't even be bothered to say a goddamned account name or anything, even though it's right fucking there on the screen. If it wasn't made up of 7 pixels.
He's everything to me. He's the lily of the valley. Here's the song that we sing in our hymn books. I found a friend in Jesus. He's everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul, the lily of the valley. Comes right out of Song of Solomon. In him alone I see all I need to cleanse and make me fully whole. In sorrow he's
as a douche. Get all the shit out of you, Kent. That's what you need to cleanse.
my comfort. In trouble he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to roll. Give me your problems. He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. Okay, as the apple among the trees of the wood, so was my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight. His fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house. His banner over me was love. There's also a song. His banner.
Yeah, Kent. Nothing would surprise me from Kent.
Over me is love. He brought me to the banqueting house. The Lord is mine and I am his. His banner over me is love. A lot of people have taken passages of scripture and set them to music, okay? Stay me with flagon.
Wow. Really, Kent? I would never have guessed.
Comfort me with apples. I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head. His right hand doth embrace me. See, there's a stay me with apples. Sustain me with cakes and raisins. She thought of enjoying food with her beloved in their outdoor rendezvous. This is apparently.
Yeah, to make out point. Now we're looking over Makeout Creek. That's right. This town's got 2 places the kids make out. The third one no one's discovered yet, but we suspect it exists. Oh, fucking hell! This is what I'm spending a holiday doing. But I work Saturday, so this is my off day for the week. That and Sunday, so taking advantage of the time.
Their honeymoon. Okay. Some commentators associate these food with pagan fertility rites, but this seems unwarranted and unnecessary. This is a commentary from Enduring Word. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the rose, that's a type of a deer, by the hind.
The rose, that's a kind of a deer. Remember for 5 months of Lesser Damon with a message of repeated less than 3s. Hell yeah. Thank you, Ivan. Ivan. I like that name.
It's another type of deer of the field, that ye stir not up nor wake my love till he please. She's telling her maiden friends, don't bother my bride, my husband, my new bridegroom, okay? The
bridegroom language is so fucking weird. And yeah, Claude, the center of attention is daughter's wedding. That is so fucking. The word cringe is overused these days, but that is so fucking cringe. Whew.
Adores her beloved. The voice of my beloved, behold, he cometh leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. My beloved is like a roe or a young hart. He standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice. My beloved spake. He said unto me, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. Ooh, that sounds like the rapture. The Lord.
No, it sounds like someone saying, hey, come over here. Holy fuck. Kent. God damn. There's taking liberties, grasping at straws and the like, but dude. Dude. This is something else, buddy boy.
He's going to come back and call his bride, the church, up to the wedding.
Oh, wait, I forgot. That was the entire shtick this man was running with. God, you're stupid, Kent. It's porn. What you're reading is ancient-ass porn.
Talk about that in a minute. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. The time of the singing of birds is come. The voice of the turtle, that be a turtle dove, is heard in our land. Rise up.
Would it, Kent? Are turtle doves a thing in the Middle East? I don't know.
My love, my fair. Or let's see, where's the words to that? Can't read it. Never mind. You can look up the song yourself. Okay. The fig tree putteth forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. I just Googled how many.
God damn it. Muted. Everyone take a drink. Um, so turtle doves are apparently native enough to Europe, Eurasia, on through mainland Asia to towards Japan and such, different varieties. So in theory, they could have been exposed to them, but oh no, I seem to think just they're literally talking about a damn turtle.
Songs have the phrase, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. Several pages came up. A lot of people sing about this topic, okay? Read that for yourself. On my chart behind me, and on the little version
Oh, there's this fucking chart.
of it right here, I have all the verses that talk about the rapture right here.
And you know what, Kent? Um, over in the cat's litter box it's filled with with the value of the opinions that you have about anything. So there.
The day of Christ is when we are caught up. I used to believe we get raptured out before the tribulation. I'm sorry.
Yes, we know.
It's not true. We're raptured out at the end of the tribulation. Read Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21.
Hey, look at him. One, he's looking right at somebody during this, which is interesting. Did he just have an intense conversation with somebody on this subject? Because I think that's the case. And two, if you notice, he talks like this, like it's always his first time talking with somebody, and they have to hear the whole spiel every single time. It's just, no. God, you're weird, Kent.
The beginning of each one, the disciples ask him, Lord, when are you coming and what's the sign? He talks about the tribulation, including the Antichrist being revealed. And at the end, he says, I'm coming after the tribulation when the sun and the moon go dark. And the angels are going to blow the trumpet and catch the Christians out of here. Anyway, so this part of this chart.
Yes, trumpets. How very modern.
Right here is talking about we are caught up at the day of Christ, the rapture, coming in the clouds. Then we go straight to the judgment seat of Christ. If you're saved, this is the next thing for you. We're going to get out of this world one way or another, dead or alive, but you're going to go up to.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I know you. We killed you. Name that movie.
The judgment seat. That does not determine if you're going to heaven. It's already decided you're going. If you accepted Christ, you're going. This is to decide your rewards. Are you going to get wood, hay, and stubble, or gold, silver, precious stones?
Which matter not in anything. See, that's the crazy thing. I thought about it. This extra biblical implication that there's somehow material rewards in this immortal paradise that matter at all is ridiculous. But also note that random things have been had a value placed on them and other things haven't. These people are so obsessed with capitalism, they have to work it into their religion that, oh, you have to have the nice things. Why? Why would it matter unless heaven is an equality and it's shitty just like here? Oh no. Because heaven can't be anything remotely close to communist, even though it actually would be in the way they think communism is, ironically, not the actual communism, but tomato, tomato.
And then you get to cast their rewards at Jesus' feet. Some of you are going to be embarrassed. You're going to have nothing to give, nothing to show. You ever been to a birthday party and you forgot to bring the gift? Kind of embarrassing. Everybody else is giving gifts and they're looking at you. What did you bring? Nothing. Some of you are going to go to the marriage supper of the Lamb. It's all talked about in these verses on here. And
yeah, and no one fucking cares because it's all a complete load of bullshit, dude. You know that, right, Kent? Also, is this it? Is this all the quality we get? There we go. There's the quality. I was wondering why it looked like shit.
I'd be embarrassed. You could have done a lot more for the Lord, couldn't you? You can read about that in my book, What on Earth is About to Happen, for heaven's sake.
And I know nobody's going to feel bad, but I personally apologize for having it in 360p the whole damn time. Y'all could have read some of this garbage and laughed even more derisively in his general direction.
Or my chart behind me, or the video series that goes along with it.
All right, come on. Anyone? I know there's 10 people out there. One of you had to have gotten the movie reference earlier. It's a classic.
Whoa, what on earth
Give you a hint. The film's from, I think, 87.
is about to happen, for heaven's sake? My elbow doesn't bend that way. Okay. You'll get all that if you'd like. That's all on our website. Okay. That's the book I wrote from prison. It's almost worth going to prison to get my theology straight, Joseph. I don't want to do it again, but okay. The concept that the church is the bride of Christ.
Yeah, Claude, that is extremely valid. Huge hypocrisy from Hovind, who would be constantly vying for his God's attention. Look at me, look at me.
Christ is central metaphor in Christian theology, drawn primarily from the New Testament. This imagery portrays the relationship between Christ, the bridegroom, and the church, understood as the collective body of believers. We're all part of the bride of Christ. What part are you going to be? You want to be, never mind, okay. As a sacred and intimate union, the metaphor is rooted in several key passages. Ephesians 5.
Laura, did anyone die in Back to the Future? Don't answer that. That becomes a very complicated thing. It's not Back to the Future. Fine. It's RoboCop. Is what I was referencing. RoboCop. Particularly the gas station scene about midway through, where the dude who eventually crashes into the toxic waste robs the gas station, and RoboCop comes to handle the situation, and because of the way bits of Murphy are showing through, the dude has an existential moment of like, oh crap, Emil, that's the character's name, has a moment of like, wait a minute, we killed you. How the hell are you still here? He's totally freaking out, and eventually sort of rats out Boddicker because he gets the shit beat out of him by fucking RoboCop. You know, he is a robot. He is a cop. He is a RoboCop. They shot his head in, then he was dead, and now he's a RoboCop. Shout out to Ashens. I miss his older content. New stuff isn't as good. Still like Ashens though. Incidentally, RoboCop is actually kind of a Jesus parable in a lot of ways, thematically, including like little subtle symbologies, like at the end, sort of quote unquote walking on water from the visual perspective. And RoboCop is a much greater thing to worship than the Jesus character. So I propose the Church of RoboCop. Congratulations, you're all members.
22 and 23, where the union of husband and wife is used as a parallel to Christ's relation with the church, with Christ loving the church as a husband loves his wife and giving himself for her. 2 Corinthians 11, the Apostle Paul describes the church in Corinth as being a spouse to a husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin.
Oh yeah, Mapleson. Kent is all over this thing of those. Watching his crap is where I learned of this. Mostly thanks to Laura providing information. These Christophanies, like Melchizedek, was actually Jesus, and a lot of stuff is referencing Jesus. Because that's a requirement for Christianity. Is a lot of the Old Testament stuff be handled by Jesus? A lot of the requirements for their prophet, Messiah, what have you. But yeah.
Reinforcing the idea that the church is a bride dedicated to Christ.
Oh, well, yeah, in his general direction, I was making a subtle Monty Python reference, but earlier I had made the line, said a line, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Wait, we killed you, which is a reference to what I was mentioning in RoboCop.
Now, by church, I don't mean the building. It's the body of believers worldwide. Might have a different label on yours. You might be, Pentecostal or Baptist or Episcopalian, or, you can all go. You can all be part of the bride of Christ.
Let me just start monking all these other denominations that are, some of them are just as weird as mine, because I'm a bigoted piece of shit, even against other Christians. Because I'm Kent Hovind, and I'm a bigoted piece of shit. Did I mention that? Did I mention it? Because I'm a bigoted piece of shit.
Accepted him. The bride of Christ is also explicitly mentioned in the book of Revelation, where the New Jerusalem is described as prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, and referred to as the bride, the wife of the Lamb, Revelation 21 and Revelation 21:9. This vision symbolizes the ultimate consummation of the relationship between Christ and his people, which is expected to be fulfilled at the return of Christ. He comes down only to the clouds, blows a trumpet, we're caught up by the angels.
God, that's so fucking stupid. Kent, that might have been impressive to people 2,000 years ago, but that's fucking dumb to anyone who has half a brain.
Often associated with the marriage supper of the Lamb, Revelation 19. The church, as the bride, is seen as being purified and prepared for this eternal union.
Also, I don't think I didn't catch Kent saying the V word earlier. He's talking about something being virgin. I'm just like, ugh.
With Christ acting as the faithful, sacrificial groom who cleanses and sanctifies her. He's the one that bought us. We belong to him. What does it
No, fuck you.
mean that the church is the bride of Christ? Got Questions had a good article on that. The imagery and symbolism of marriage is applied to Christ and the body of believers, and Song of Solomon is symbolic of that. Known as the church. The church is comprised of those who have trusted in Jesus Christ as their personal Savior and have received eternal life. Christ, the bridegroom, has sacrificially and lovingly chosen the church to be his bride. Again, Ephesians 5. Just as there was a betrothal period in biblical times.
Ah, yes, the half marathon. Hope that went well. Hope your legs get feeling better soon, buddy. Glad you did it.
Which the bride and groom were separated until the wedding. That's why we lift up the veil, because they're supposed to. The bride, once they get engaged, she has to stay away from him. So is the bride of
Marital advice from Hovind? Premarital advice? I don't know.
Christ separate from the bridegroom during the church age? We're not there yet. Her responsibility during the betrothal period is to be faithful to him. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, Ephesians 5. At the rapture, the church will be united with the bridegroom, and the official wedding ceremony will take place with it, and the eternal union of Christ and his bride will be actualized. Revelation 17.
Friend Maria, he wants to be accepted as a professional, but he cannot conduct himself as a professional. His attempts to be funny and cute are simply annoying. Facts.
Oh, my dove, that art in the clefts of the...
Although one could say the same about me, so... I kid. Or do I? Self-deprecating humor, ladies and gentlemen, never gonna stop.
The rock, in the secret places of the stairs, let me see thy countenance, let me hear thy voice, for sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is lovely. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine.
Tender grapes. Oh, I wish someone would have hit Kent hard enough in the tender grapes when he was younger so he would have been infertile, and we wouldn't have more Hovind hellspawn continuing.
And I'm his. He feedeth among the lilies until the daybreak and the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether, whatever that is. But this is Solomon.
I don't care about the mountains of Bether, but the mountains of Ararat, oh yeah, that's where that Noah's Ark is, but I don't know nothing about no Bether. I don't care enough. Hovind.
Writing this love story, Song of Solomon, as if he and his bride are talking back and forth. And he calls her some wonderful names, and she calls him some wonderful names. And you know how mushy, couples get when they're in love. But so that's the end of chapter 2. Apologize, my throat's sore. Okay, the bride.
No comment on that one.
Are you part of the bride? If you're not, give your heart to the Lord and get saved.
Fuck you. How about that?
I mean, a wedding feast. We're going to go to the wedding, and the wedding is going to last up there, I think, nearly 3 years, the wedding feast. He comes down, gathers his bride. We go to the marriage supper of the Lamb. Meanwhile, the wrath of God is being poured out on the world. Then we come back with him all the way down to...
It's going to be a mild sprinkle because God's that fucking weak. What was that, the wrath of God? That wasn't shit.
The Mount of Olives.
I've burped worse than that.
Which splits in half, and he's going to kick butt all over the Sinai.
And here, the Mountain of Olives splitting in half. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-kilometer tall pile of olives. And what's that? It's splitting in half. Uh-oh, it's Jesus Crispy coming from the top rope.
Peninsula. And it's going to get, and we're going to rule and reign with him for 1,000 years. And what your position is.
Hey, what is this fucked up power trip this shit is? It's all about like sadistic bullshit and being in control. This shit's fucking weird, man. The Bible's already weird, but holy fuck. This Revelation garbage is so fucking weird.
in that new kingdom depends upon your faithfulness now. If you get beheaded for the Lord, you certainly get to rule and reign with him. Read Revelation, it's all in there. Okay, any questions or comments, Joe? Yes, sir. Is it true they can lose their inheritance? I think so. I don't know. I think a Christian can sin and lose their rewards. They can lose their joy. They can lose their peace. You can lose your life. 1 Corinthians 5, that Paul wrote to the church and said, you got a guy in your church who's living in adultery with his mother, father's wife. We assume his mother.
Ew.
Paul said,
And Kent would go there. It's probably one of his favorite parts. And also, I held the space bar down a bit.
With his mother, father's wife. We assume his mother. Paul said, turn him over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved. He's still going to heaven. So you can't lose your salvation.
So you call Islam barbaric, and yet that passage is in your Bible of kill the motherfucker because he's doing something we don't like. But it's okay, you know, kill them all, let God sort them out, that kind of logic. And you want to bash Islam, Kent? Okay. Wait till I tell them about that Chinese guy from the mid 1800s, circa late 1850s, who tried to start up a Christian empire of his own, slightly twisted version, but still isn't every version of Christianity twisted from the original, and led to 20 to 50 million dead in a civil war. He wants to bring up Dolphy Boy. I'll bring up. Well, I gotta double check his name and stuff. I just learned about it today, so gotta do a little research on that and prepare a PowerPoint presentation and show clearly in the slides where Hovind is wrong.
But you can lose a lot of other things. I think you can possibly lose your entrance into that 1,000-year kingdom. That's the bonus prize for those who are faithful.
Oh no! Whatever will I do?
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm eating ham. That's not kosher.
Dr. Kent, were humans larger, smaller, much, much larger?
See, I'm sorry. At this point, also, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You have got to be motherfucking kidding me with this shit. No. This cements that this is people who are already Hovindites. Like, this is Kent's church congregate members, more Joseph on shill accounts, who knows, sending these questions, because notice it's almost always something that Kent is definitely has an answer for, and they're just using an excuse for him to bring up something. But and I'm sure many of you have noticed this. Gordon fucking Freeman. What? Black Mesa wasn't enough. The Resonance Cascade problem wasn't a big enough deal. The Covenant, not Covenant, that's Halo. Combine aren't a big enough problem. No. You got to start asking about pre-flood stuff. Man, pick up a crowbar and get back to kicking ass. All right. Also, I've never actually played Half-Life. I know, shockers. You'd think I would have by now. I'm confused as to why I haven't too.
I believe they found Mrs. Noah's grave. Did you see those finger bones?
Oh God, here we go.
You were with us? Yeah. She was 15 feet tall. Nell Wyatt's got them in her museum up in Spring Hill, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. Mary Nell Wyatt, called Wyatt. Go to Wyatt Museum. There have been some enormous human skeletons found. The Smithsonian hides as many as they can because they're dedicated to promoting the evolution religion.
Yes, there it is, the claim of conspiracy.
As we used to be smaller, we're getting bigger, better, stronger. No, the opposite is true. Maybe everybody pre-flood was 15 feet tall. I don't know. Could be.
Explain to me then, Kent, why everybody back, all the remains we find throughout history, like relatively recent European history and the like, you know, and by relatively recent, I mean 1000 to 1500 AD and the like, the people are freaking tiny. You know, they're not like 3 foot tall, but I mean, they're small. The average height, as all records show, that it is increased. So even in your own model, even if we used to be 15 foot and then switch down to 5 foot being an average, we're getting to almost 6 foot being a reasonable, not average, but not an uncommon thing. I'm 5'10" myself. So come on. I mean, hell, you're like 6 or some odd. No, you're a little taller than me. That I'm still smarter. So there. But God, that was terrible. Still, Kent, that doesn't match with what you're saying. It's not been a slope down. We've if there was a drop off after the flood, we've been getting bigger since then, regardless. So it doesn't track.
Maybe that's why they say we don't find human bones. Yeah, you're looking for ones that are 5 feet tall. You're not looking for ones that are 15 feet tall. You'd call it something else, wouldn't you? What's a good verse to show the perversion in the message of Christ being God in perversions of the Bible? There's a whole article about that, several of them, on avpublications.com, where they remove the divinity of Jesus Christ in these new Bible versions. Throw those away, stick with the King James. AV for authorized version. You got it over there, Joseph? No. Okay. avpublications.com. That's Gail Ripplinger. Excellent. We sell a lot of her books on our website. Got a whole bunch of books on the King James issue. I was dragged into...
Hey, let's be nice to Mango Mussolini. He might have 6 more months to live, and that's it. Can't come soon enough and couldn't happen to a better person, let me tell you. I got to share in Discord the Instagram account of this dude who's been a medical expert, has been following footage of the man, and what he has to say is pretty damn rough. Kind of love it.
That King James camp kicking and screaming because my mommy gave me a reviled substandard perversion from the Methodist Church. And I thought that was wonderful. And I read it and marked it up. I got it right there. All my notes in there. And my preacher one day, after about 4 months of going to Bethel Baptist Church, he said, Brother Hovind, you need to get a Bible. I said, I got a Bible. He said, that's not a Bible. I was offended. He said, you need to get a King James. Anyway, so I began studying hard and said, he's right. There's a lot of verses missing in the new Bible versions. I can show you that if you want to get on that topic. But anyway, yes, answer your question.
Once again, and I thank Laura and I thank some others for verifying this, that no, Kent, verses were added in, but to keep the numbering schema consistent, the added in verses are still kept in the numbering schema, even if they're not actually in the text. So, yeah.
Question, I think, go to avpublications.com. Okay. All right, let's see. Would we hear the trumpet, or is it a metaphor? I think we hear a trumpet. It's mentioned many times, 1 Thessalonians 4, Matthew 24, Mark 13, the trumpet. That was what they did.
Dirty Don sounds like too much of a compliment. I can't call the man that. KJV is next to useless. I mean, it's a Bible, so isn't it objectively useless?
In the wedding days, you had to study Jewish weddings back at that time. They would have somebody blow a trumpet announcing, here comes the bride. Some churches still do that for weddings. When the bride's going to walk down the aisle, they have somebody blow a trumpet. Doo-doo-doo, here comes the bride. Okay. So I think it's a literal trumpet. Kevin, how's she 15 feet tall when Og's bed was 13 feet and he was supposed to have been the biggest of the kind? That was at his time. King Og was much later, after the flood. After the flood, there were still some huge people on the planet. Took a while for that to die off. If you look at...
Yeah, like Hovind's mom. Oh, yes, I had to go there.
Let's see, my timeline. Before the flood, they're living to be 900. After the flood, it drops off to 400 for several generations. And then down to 200, then down to 100. So King Og, I forget where he fits in here, but it's several hundred years after the flood. So he was still 13 feet tall, which is a pretty big boy. At least his bed was 13 feet. I guess, yeah, we assume he was, why would you make a 13-foot bed?
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, I do not want to hear how he responds to this, because he could either just go stern with it and move on, or he's about to become a total prick. Also, why the fuck is this person asking Kent Hovind anything like this?
Only 5 feet tall. Can other religions' beliefs go to heaven, such as Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, or Buddhist? The only way to go to heaven is through Jesus Christ. If they haven't come through Christ, no, they're not going. There's going to be a lot of Hindus and Muslims and Buddhists up in heaven, but it's not because of their religion. It's probably in spite of it. They, at some point along the line, surrendered to Christ and asked him to save them.
Then they would be Christian, Kent. That's how that works.
No religion sends you to heaven. First off, thank you for helping many be led to the Lord. We appreciate that, Jordan, including myself. Good. My question, I know how 2 young children, and I now have two young children and want to introduce them to the Lord. Any guidance on how you would do this? Thanks.
Wow, someone who is completely inept in the most fundamental abilities required to be a parent. And yet Jordan Coombs has kids. We're fucking cooked, people, as the kids say.
I did this with my children when they were very little. I wrote a series of books on introducing your children to the gospel story and to the creation story. Go on our website, Danny the Dinosaur. There's a book 1, 2, 3, 4 on that. Here's one right here, I think. Let's see. Well, I got too much stuff on my desk, Joseph. Don't tell your wife, though. She just piles it all in the corner, and I can't find it ever. So, anyway, get the books. I wrote quite a few books. The Adventures of Danny the Dinosaur. I wrote the Stephanie Goes to Norway. My granddaughter Stephanie. So I got quite a few books for children. There's a whole children's library that I did.
What is it with boomers and writing books where their family members are like involved in it? My old boss at the game store I used to work at, he's just a slight bit younger than me, like literally a couple of months. His grandfather had this like whole series of stuff he was working on, and I got a copy of it. Chris said he'd kill me if it made its way to the internet, so obviously it is never making its way on there. It's a fascinating little read in just the weirdness of how it's written, but guess who it stars? My boss, Chris, as the tech wizard. And it makes plenty of attacks on Bill Clinton and the like, too. It's incredible. Oh. Although, aside from him being, a quintessential boomer who, we're all amazed. I don't know what's happened. I haven't really talked to the people in a couple of years since I left, so I need to double check on things. He looked like he was hanging on to life out of sheer spite. But there was some charm to his eccentricities. But man, it's just, that's a thing. What is it? Like every other boomer I know who's ever written a story has done that. I don't get it.
$31 for all of them. Some are coloring books, some are just cool stories. But yeah, introduce them slowly, like you're a sinner. You deserve God's judgment. What are your thoughts on
And that right there is absolutely fucking horrible. Just automatically telling people, hey, guess what? You're evil. Hey, guess what, Kent? Fuck you and your God.
The book of Enoch? There are actually 3 books of Enoch, and they're forgeries. Interesting history, interesting reading. We covered that, last week? Yeah, part of the Apocrypha. Just go look on my show the last couple channels about the Apocrypha. They're all post-Christian.
Look on my show the last couple of the Apocrypha. They're post-Christian. Is that like post-Ross Grunge, Kent? Is Christianity over? Is that what that is?
Not before. They're not intertestament like they claim. AV, again, Gail Riplinger's got great articles on that on AV publications. Watch that. So it's interesting reading, but don't take any doctrine from that.
The big D, Donnie, Dildo the Dinosaur.
Perfect.
Also, how many of you out there who are old fucks like me watched Denver the Last Dinosaur? That was a great cartoon. Really cool. Great use of effects. I love that late 80s, early 90s effect of having like, I don't know what exactly you'd call it, but it was a matter of having a transparent element to the overall image that had like some kind of cool effect going on, like video effects and stuff. A lot of anime would do it as well, like for water effects. New Cutie Honey, or is it New Cutie Honey, or is it Cutie Honey Flash? The one from the 90s, that used it in the opening to great effect. I think Evangelion may have had a section or 2 that used it. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Thank you. My wife does the same. Hides all the stuff. Can both the Bible and the Quran both be God's books? Absolutely.
No instant ban. What the hell? Please no instant ban. Okay, so make a Facebook account like, please don't instantly ban me.
Not. The Quran says that the Bible is perfect. The Bible says Jesus was God in the flesh.
No, your interpretation is that. That's actually not what the book explicitly says.
The Quran does not say that. Yeah, that's a whole ministry. Other people do that ministry. I got other dragons to slay.
Well, dinosaurs was cool too.
Been watching you 25 years. Seen you in Henderson, Nevada, outside of Las Vegas 20 years ago. You were the first.
Watching him for 29 years means really you've only been watching him for 14.5 years or whatever.
To really challenge the evolution narrative. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Ryan spread it.
No, he wasn't the first to really challenge it in the same way any others equally failed miserably at challenging anything. They just make up shit as they go along. Kent's just a shallow imitation of people before him.
Around. Tell somebody else about it. Get a set of my videotapes for all your Christmas gift. People you're going to give Christmas gifts to, just give them to the neighbors. Get my tapes. You can buy them off us in bulk if you want and get a deal on them. I forget what bookstore can handle that. Give them out as Christmas presents. People will sit home and watch them.
No, I'm not going to sit home and watch that. You know what I'd fucking do? Real talk. Someone gives me that shit as a gift. It's going right on fucking eBay. I could use $30. I could flip that shit to some nut job and not feel any problems with it. I could fake Hovind's signature and be like, signed by Kent Hovind.
Video that will never come to church. It's a great way to witness. Okay, do you have a video on chromosome 2 fusion? Yes, video number 4 of my video series, creation seminar series. It's $50 for the whole thing. And
in no way, shape, or form covers chromosome 2.
18 hours.
I mean, it may. I'm not sure. I can't remember when R and Ra tore it apart because I'm pretty sure that's lies in the textbook.
And number 4, I talk about the chromosome 2 fusion. There's also some great articles on answersingenesis.org and ICR.org. They have great stuff on that chromosome 2 fusion. It's not evidence for evolution.
Yeah, it absolutely is, you dumb fuck.
Okay.
Actually, it's not even a matter of being evidence for. Although, what I'm about to say means it would qualify as evidence. It is truly indicative of, not just in, oh, this suggests. No. This doesn't make sense except in evolutionary understanding.
What now?
That's about all I have.
Yay, my throat hurts.
Well, are you still a 6-day creationist?
Absolutely. What's the other choice? Be wrong? I don't want to do that.
Oh, well, you're doing a real hard job at not being wrong because you're wrong, fuck toy. Fuck toy. Hey, was somebody's fuck toy. Then Sandra said, fuck you. I was going to say fuck boy, and for some reason said fuck toy. I think I was staring at SpongeBob, who probably looks like he's been used as one. Jesus Christ. That poor SpongeBob has seen some shit.
All right. See you tomorrow night. Today's Monday? No, today's Tuesday. Where have I been all my life?
Sadly alive.
So, tomorrow's going to be Whack an Atheist. We'll get there ready. Okay, bye.
Fuck you, Hovind. Oh, what a piece of shit. So yeah, I need to eventually, sooner than later, begin working on a piece on that Chinese guy from the mid 1800s who I was talking about and his little Christian empire attempt. Because that contrasts really well against Hovind trying to claim that, oh, evolutionism caused Hitler. It's like, okay, and look at what Christian theology suggested to a guy. Look at what he enacted on. So, there's a lot of little things I need to do involving this clown, but I haven't had the time to just be able to, and energy to just focus on non-live content. But we'll see how that goes. See, 10 years of nothing but rewatching the seminar tapes. Yeah, exactly. Besides VHS players, me. But, I'm a fucking nerd. One of my neighbors gave me one of his recordings. It's not Apocrypha. That's a Gnostic Gospel. Do you want to read all those too from Laura? Laura also says she has Sidekent's DVDs once. My son put it in the microwave to see what would happen at his dad's house. Hell yeah. Rather get coal in my stocking than Hovind's DVDs. Yeah, seriously, I mean, it's coal. You can burn it for warmth. I don't mean charcoal. I mean actual fucking coal from the fucking ground. You know how bad I want a piece of anthracite? Hell, I would go digging in Centralia, Pennsylvania, to try to pull up some anthracite that hasn't burned yet. Because I want a piece of that coal, specifically from there, because I think that would be fucking awesome. I also want Titanic coal, but, that's just me being a fan of Titanic. But, yeah. that's about that. Stick around. I'm going to end this stream, but I'm going to immediately follow up with Whackin' Atheists. So do not go anywhere. I mean, when the stream ends, refresh, but just wait a little bit, and I'll be live doing that one. So give me a few minutes, and just a reset, and we'll knock out Whacking Atheist too. It's a 2-for-1 deal today. You get a Hovind, and you get a Hovind. Everybody gets a Hovind. All right.